Coming up on Twice the Terror.
The fact that I took the dumbest prompt I absolutely could, because originally when we came up with this idea, we thought it was just going to be chaos. We thought, like, it's going to be hilarious, it trying to write a creepypasta, and it's not going to be scary. And then I read this, and I went, I would watch this movie.
Twice the Terror.
Welcome to Twice the Terror. I'm Ryan.
And I have trail mix. And I'm Kat.
And we are your hosts. If you're unfamiliar with the show, the way that it normally works is that we bring in a topic, and each of us brings something to the table to discuss on said topic. And today we're doing things a little bit differently. What are we talking about today, Kat?
So we had the question to ourselves. We thought, what would it be like if AI did write movies? Specifically horror movies.
So our goal today is to see if AI can start off by writing like a creepypasta. Can it write like a short horror story? Yeah. And we'll get into the details about that. But there's a few things we wanted to discuss first. We're going to be using ChatGPT, an AI program, to create something fun and entertaining for everyone. However, we are aware that currently, as we're recording this, there's a lot of controversy surrounding AI and AI writing, AI art. And we know that, there's the writer's strike and the actor's strike going on. A big, chunk of that has to do with, companies wanting to use AI. And then there's been a lot of back and forth on the positives, the negatives, and kind of what this means for the future of art. We are not here to discuss any of that. I think that is absolutely a conversation worth having, amongst people amongst artists, amongst...
I, for one, do not feel like I am personally equipped to go into depth as to everything that's going on with that. I, for one, fully stand with SAG-AFTRA, and I fully support the writer's strike. But yeah, it's something that we just can't get into depth with on these little short episodes.
No, it's I think it's something that people need to kind of discuss and decide amongst each other in a civilized manner, not, we don't need arguments. In the arena
of ideas.
Yeah, we don't need arguments, we need discussions. That's what we want around this, especially with something so new. But all we're doing today is doing something entertaining, because it's often very fun to see what these programs will create. Sometimes it's an absolute mess.
Some of my favorite memes are I forced an AI bot to watch 1,000 hours of like Hallmark movies, and this is the script that it wrote, and they are hilarious because the things that they get right are so right, but then because it's a bot, the story just takes a random shift and it's very awkward.
If anybody listens to Distractable, the Markiplier and his friends Bob and Wade, their podcast, they did an episode where they were trying to figure out what the funniest joke in the world was. And one of the things that happened is they started using AI to generate the funniest joke in the world. And the thing is, the AI did not understand the nuance of humor. And so when you would try to type in a knock-knock joke, it became these dystopian nightmares of people having arguments of who's outside the door, and it just became horrific and hilarious in all the unintentional ways. So that's kind of what we're looking for and hoping for. That all being said, I was messing around with ChatGPT myself yesterday to set up for this episode. And I had never done this before. I'd never used ChatGPT or anything like that. So once I set it up, I was just trying different prompts. And what I thought of was the dumbest prompt I absolutely could, which was write me a I specifically said, write the opening scene to a Michael Myers Halloween film set in space. Now, we've obviously had a Jason in space, but I feel like that's more logical in the dumbest possible way than Michael Myers in space. It seems so absurd.
Yeah.
And this is what it came out with. Okay. And it is the only thing that's weird about it, which you could finesse if you wanted to, is that it almost wrote like a trailer than it did an opening scene. Okay. But title, Halloween in zero gravity. Opening shot, the vast expanse of space, stars twinkling against the infinite blackness. Eerie ambient music sets the tone for the scene. Ooh. Narrator in voiceover. In the darkest corners of the cosmos, where no one can hear you scream, a new chapter in terror unfolds. Cut to a state-of-the-art space station orbiting a distant planet. The station is sleek and modern with large windows, revealing the breathtaking view of the alien world below. A sense of scientific exploration permeates the environment. Narrator, the crew of the research vessel Horizon embarks on a mission of discovery, unaware that they are not alone. Inside the space station, we meet the crew. Dr. Emily Shaw, a brilliant but cautious astrophysicist. Captain Alexander Ramirez, a confident and level-headed leader. Engineer Marcus Chin, a resourceful and quirky tech expert. Medical Officer Dr. Sarah Miller, a compassionate and rational doctor. And Security Officer Mike Johnson, a tough and skeptical former military man. Captain Ramirez, over the intercom. Attention Horizon crew, we are about to initiate the wormhole jump to the NGC 624 star system. All personnel prepare for transit. The crew members secure themselves in harnesses as the ship's engines hum to life.
I'm not laughing at your voices, I'm just laughing
It's so, right? It's so absurd. And you could laugh at my voices. I'm just whatever.
No, this is just like J.J. Abrams wherever he is. He's like squirming in his seat.
Right. That's exactly, like, this is actually... That's the thing that's scary about this, is how solid it is. And it gets even more, somehow... Well, here, I'll just continue. The wormhole opens up before them, a swirling vortex of colorful lights that engulfs the station. As they pass through, the ship jolts and shakes, and alarms blare momentarily. When the shaking stops, they find themselves in an unfamiliar region of space. Engineer Chin. Jump successful, Captain. We've arrived in NGC 624. Captain Ramirez. Good work, Marcus. Let's get on those preliminary scans. We need to assess this new sector. The crew members begin their tasks, each engrossed in their work. Meanwhile, in the background, a shadowy figure is briefly seen in one of the windows. It disappears as quickly as it appeared. Narrator. But something malevolent has hitched a ride on their voyage. Something born from the darkest depths of Earth itself. Cut to Dr. Shaw in the astrophysics lab.
Something on the wing.
Something on the wing. Cut to Dr. Shaw in the astrophysics labs, analyzing data. She notices a strange distortion in the readings. Dr. Shaw. That's odd. There's a fluctuation in the space-time continuum. It's as if, before she can finish her sentence, the lights flicker and go out. Emergency red lights come on, bathing the room in an eerie glow. Dr. Miller over the intercom. Emergency power activated! What's going on out there? Cut to Captain Ramirez in the command center, trying to assess the situation. Suddenly, a loud clanging noise echoes through the corridor outside. Security Officer Johnson. Did you guys hear that? The crew members exchange uneasy glances as they grasp flashlights and make their way cautiously through the dimly lit corridors. Narrator. Now, trapped in the cold emptiness of space, they must confront an unspeakable evil that will test their bonds and their sanity. As the crew members explore, they come across unsettling signs, blood smeared on walls, twisted corridors that seem to defy logic, and glimpses of the shadowy figure lurking in the shadows. Kind of redundant there, ChatGPT, but...
Yeah.
Captain Ramirez, stay together and let's find out what's going on! The tension mounts as they venture deeper into the station, each step revealing more horrors. Unbeknownst to them, the figure stalking them is none other than Michael Myers, his iconic mask and dark silhouette haunting the ship. Narrator. This Halloween, fear knows no gravity. The void of space holds a new kind of terror. The crew's struggle for survival has just begun as the malevolent force of Michael Myers sets the stage for a cosmic nightmare. Cut to black as suspenseful music crescendos. Title card. Halloween in zero gravity. End of opening scene.
I was trying so hard to laugh quietly. I'm
That is not only so detailed. Obviously, that took me like 5 minutes to read. And like I said, it wrote it less like a scene and more like a trailer.
yeah.
But that being said, it's scary. I'm not going to read this, but I actually had it write a scene too as well. I just wrote write the next scene.
No.
And it did. And it wrote a scene that continues with like, you know, there's like the space station like jolts and like, you know, they're trying to figure out what's going on and like their research is gone and they find the blood and it just keeps going. Like it's both entertaining and frightening as somebody who considers themselves, I hate saying this, but considers himself an artist. I like writing, I like art, you know, painting, editing, filmmaking, like so there's this element of amazing like tool to this, but from the idea of big corporations wanting to use this, it's a little scary. Again, I said we weren't going to get into this, but after
Press X
reading
to
that,
doubt.
yeah.
I first off, I'm too sober for this. I need to correct. First off, when you're reading that, I'm picturing this, but I'm trying to picture this as though we were trying to make it with the budget that we have. So first of mine, there's a lot of cardboard and sock puppets. Just go ahead and start there.
Hey,
you know, like,
if Roger Corman could get away with using cardboard, you know, sets, why couldn't we? Like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that is terrifying. That is terrifying. And like how readable it is.
And the fact that I took the dumbest prompt I absolutely could, because originally when we came up with this idea, we thought it was just going to be chaos. We thought like it's going to be hilarious, it trying to write a creepypasta, and it's not going to be scary. And then I read this and I went, I would watch this movie. I thought Michael Myers in Space was the dumbest idea I could come up with in that moment.
Man,
I would watch this.
Mel Brooks made Hitler on Ice funny. I feel like I should have waited until you were taking a drink. I'm sorry.
That's okay. It's true. Yeah.
That's wild.
Here's the plan. Here's what Kat and I are going to do for today. I have pulled up randomwordgenerator.com. Easy, simple. I mean, I just looked for a random word generator. It's the first one. Website says it all, right? And we're going to generate, to start, I think we generate 3 words that ChatGPT has to include in the creepypasta. And then if we want to add anything later to try to stump it, if we're like rewriting it or anything like that, we can do that. Oh. But for the random word generator, do we want to exclude any sort of word? Like, do you want to exclude verbs or do we want nouns, or do we want just anything?
Yeah, let's go for nouns. Let's stick with primarily nouns. However we want to do that. But I feel like verbs will make it a little too easy for the bot.
Okay, well, get ready to write these 3 down, because once they're gone, they're gone. So here's our 3 words. All right. The first one. Oh, that doesn't work. It was 2, but 2's not a... Well, do we want to include it? TWO.
Oh, you know what? I'll give it a whirl.
Sure. Okay, why not? Let's push ChatGPT. The next word. Airport.
Okay.
And the third word is industry.
Okay.
So, I'm going to start ChatGPT off. So, we're going to say, write a creepypasta that includes 2 airport. That was the second one, right? Airport and industry. Oh, God. It's going. So for those of you, who have not seen ChatGPT, I'm not recording my screen or anything, but the way it works is it's literally like if you've seen like any sci-fi movie from the 90s where something's like brr, brr, like typing stuff out, that's what this looks like. It came up with the title and then it's just like forming the words as it goes, and it's done. And it's weird. It names the creepypasta, and it also names the like your chat with it, and they're not named the same necessarily. I think this one is called Abandoned Airport Horror, I think is what it says. Okay. So I probably should have got more tea before I started reading all these, but here we go. The title of it is...
Well, if you want to send it to me, I'll read it.
Actually, I can do that. That's a good idea.
So the title of this is called Terminal Desolation. It was a gloomy Audi. There was an Audi. It was a gloomy autumn evening when Michael found himself alone in the vast expanse of an abandoned airport. The air was heavy with an unsettling silence that seemed to seep into his bones. The airport, once bustling with travelers and echoing with the sounds of chatter, had now been left to decay, shrouded in eerie stillness. Michael had always been fascinated by abandoned places, and this airport was no exception. He had heard rumors about the airport's dark history, a place where secrets were buried and the past still lingered. Intrigued, he decided to explore the forsaken terminal. Once he stepped inside, the flickering lights cast unsettling shadows on the walls, making the surroundings appear even more ominous. The air was thick with the scent of rust and decay, a testament to the years of neglect this place had endured. It wasn't long before he stumbled upon a forgotten corridor that led deep into the building towards what appeared to be an old industrial area. The corridor was dimly lit, and the sound of his own footsteps seemed to echo endlessly, as if mocking his solitude. He continued down the corridor until he emerged into a vast chamber, a place that seemed to be an industrial complex within the airport. Rusty conveyor belts snaked across the floor, leading to towering machines that looked like they hadn't moved in decades. Curiosity pushed him forward. Michael began to examine the machinery, wondering what purpose they had served. And that's when he noticed something strange. Each machine was covered in a thick layer of dust, except for one. In the midst of the desolation, a single machine appeared to be in perfect condition, as if it had been recently used. As he approached the machine, he noticed a peculiar console with a series of buttons and switches. Without thinking, he pressed one of the buttons. The machine rumbled to life, emitting an unsettling hum that reverberated through the chamber. Suddenly, the conveyor belts began to move, as if the entire industrial area was being reawakened. In a state of shock, Michael tried to stop the machine, but the buttons seemed to have a mind of their own. The conveyor belts whirred to life, and an assembly line of sinister-looking objects started to move along the belts. Each object was a crude amalgamation of airport and industrial equipment. Twisted metal, frayed wires, and shattered glass fused together into grotesque forms. As fear gripped Michael, he realized that the objects on the conveyor belt were moving towards him with eerie purpose. Panicking, he turned to run back the way he came, but the corridor seemed to stretch endlessly, leading him deeper into the heart of the industrial nightmare. Hours, or maybe mittens.
Bernie Sanders with his mittens in the airport.
Look at how much effort has to go. Hours. A fair wage for these machines. We're stupid. Hours or maybe Hours or maybe minutes passed in a blur as he ran, the relentless hum of the machinery driving him to the brink of madness. Just when he thought he couldn't take it anymore, he burst out of the corridor, stumbling back into the abandoned airport terminal. The oppressive silence was a welcome relief after the cacophony of the industrial nightmare. Gasping for air, Michael looked back at the corridor, but it was gone. There was no sign of the industrial area or the terrifying assembly line. It was as if the nightmare had never happened. Shaken to his core, Michael fled the abandoned airport, vowing never to return. He couldn't shake the feeling that he had stumbled upon something beyond human understanding. A convergence of the airport's forgotten history and the haunting remnants of an industrial past. To this day, he can't be sure if what he experienced was real or a manifestation of his darkest fears, but he knows one thing for certain. The abandoned airport holds secrets that are best left undisturbed. That sucks! I mean, I'm sorry. I know writing is art and art is subjective, but that shit trash.
I mean, the thing is, it's weirdly written well, like a creepypasta. Yeah. It's better than some creepypastas I've actually read. And it's got some elements. It didn't include 2, which I was like, I don't know how it's going to do that anyway. So
yeah, it's difficult.
But basically what happens is this guy goes to an abandoned airport. He sees a machine. He turns it on. The machine starts creating things out of old pieces of the airport.
That are grotesque, but with no real description other than they're grotesque.
Yeah. And then he leaves.
He's like, ooh, spooky.
So...
He's afraid of capitalism? I mean, me too. I mean,
yeah. So on one hand, it created something that is creepy-ish. But when you
Yeah.
dive deeper, you're like, there's nothing nothing happens
Yeah.
in this. Okay, do we want to try a different one?
Yeah, let's try another one. Yeah.
Okay. All right, here, let me generate some more words, so let me know when
Okay.
you're ready.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, once again, we're getting a weird, obscure, obtuse one. Variety. Which I'm like, I don't know if it's going to include the magazine, because isn't that a magazine as well?
It is.
So, the next one is map.
Okay.
And government is the last one.
Spooky.
And I'm gonna make it even harder on ChatGPT. I'm gonna make it like 5 sentences long. I'm gonna see if it can make a creepypasta in
like a 2-sentence horror, but
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, I could try. You know what? Do we want to try 2 sentences, or do we want to try something bigger first?
Let's try something bigger first. Let's be a little gentle here.
Okay, let's do 2 paragraph. So write a 2 paragraph creepypasta that includes variety. What were the other words?
Map and government.
Thank you. Okay, so it's writing now. I'm already fascinated with where this is going.
Yeah.
Okay, that one was quick.
Okay.
Sorry, I just saw the title of. I don't want to say it, but it titled the chat something in it, and it's hilarious just on its own.
In the forgotten corners of the digital realm, there exists a sinister anomaly known as the Vortex Map. Said to have been birthed from the darkest recesses of a defunct government server, this haunting creation defies all conventional logic. The map is an enigma of incomprehensible geometry, with sprawling landscapes that morph and twist into a demented kaleidoscope. As legend has it, those who dare to navigate its shifting terrain are forever changed, their minds unraveling as they traverse through dimensions that were never meant to be traversed. Whispers abound that the government had initiated the project to bend reality itself, only to lose control over the abomination they had unleashed. Rumors surrounding the Vortex Map span the gamut from tales of brave souls vanishing without a trace within its eldritch folds, to government agents themselves succumbing to its mind-bending influence. The few who have ventured forth and returned speak in hushed tones, their eyes haunted by the spectral visions they've witnessed. Shadows that dance to silent tunes, landscapes that bleed into nightmares, and a sense of unreality that taints even the most stable of minds. As the veil between our world and the map thins, some say the map's dark influence leaks into our reality, twisting the mundane into the grotesque. It's a cautionary tale for those who dare to probe the forbidden boundaries of government experiments. For once you've glimpsed the abyss within the Vortex Map, it gazes back hungrily into you.
They titled this chat Government's Vortex Map, by the way. So the minute I saw that, I was like, what? Now,
you
you
ever
can
seen-
regenerate this. Like, if we wanted to, like, change it, you can change it, or you could regenerate it.
Yeah, it doesn't mention variety.
It doesn't. I think
But-
words like that, it has trouble figuring out what you mean by variety. Like, is
Yeah.
it the variety? Because there is a lot of variety within it, but it's not utilizing the word variety. So I think... Okay, let's
Next
try...
time we'll skip words like that.
Yeah, let's try... Okay, let's try a...
I have to quickly mention, have you ever seen the movie Gentlemen Broncos?
I actually never have. I know it's, what's his name?
Jared and Jerusha Hess, the
yes.
same people who did Napoleon Dynamite and Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
They have this movie about a kid who is a sci-fi writer, and he has this hero named Dr. Robert Chevalier, played by Jermaine Clement, who I absolutely love. And Jermaine Clement has this scene where he's talking to his publisher or to his agent, and he's like, I have a new idea for a story. There's a fetus found on a moon base. It's called Moon Fetus. That is ChatGPT trying to come up with a creepypasta.
I say we do 2 more. I say we do
Okay.
1 more, which is a 2-sentence horror for this episode. Because maybe maybe we continue this. I don't know. I'm kind of on board. We had another idea for the next episode, but I'm I don't know. We'll talk about it in between
This is
episodes.
really funny.
But okay, so let's do a 2-sentence horror story. Let's generate some words. Here are our new generated words.
Yeah.
Depth. Could be interesting. Competition. And hotel. Write a 2-sentence horror story involving... what were the words? The first one?
Depth. Competition. And then hotel.
Okay. So this is a 2-sentence horror story. And I can read this one. In the eerie depths of a once luxurious hotel forgotten swimming pool, a chilling competition unfurled among the guests. As they plunged deeper, their desperate strokes echoed dreadfully until the winner surfaced alone, realizing too late the true peace of victory in the watery abyss. What? All right, regenerate.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, so here's the next one. In the dimly lit hotel ballroom, a chilling competition unfolded. Participants were dared to plummet into the abysmal depths of an ancient well beneath, each trying to outdo the other in the name of a cursed victory. As the last echoes of desperate screams faded into the darkness, the victor emerged, wearing a hollow grin and holding a prize that whispered of depths no mortal shall ever fathom. That's better.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I kind of... Okay.
I'm
In my
curious.
opinion.
What is the prize? If you type in what is the prize, what does it tell us? The prize was a tarnished silver locket with its cold surface engraved with cryptic symbols. Within its heart, a relentless whisper promised unfathomable power to the one who had conquered the depths, yet its malevolent aura left a lingering dread that overshadowed any notion of victory. Okay, if we give it an extra sentence, it's not bad.
Yeah, it ain't too bad. I feel like they could have done more. Like if you're gonna do a 2-sentence horror about depth, competition, and hotel. When I heard the first one, I was thinking I can picture 2 kids in a hotel pool having a swimming competition, and one of them drowns in the deep end. Like that would have been. That's more my idea of a 2-sentence horror. But okay, ChatGPT. Okay? The second one a little bit more supernatural. I'm here for it.
Yeah.
We got some bones.
I'm curious. Okay. Hold on. Rewrite a dumb version. Okay, it did. Here's the dumb version. In the creepy hotel, there was a weird contest. People had to jump into a super deep hole to see who could win. The winner got a creepy old necklace that said it would make them super powerful, but everyone felt scared instead.
Your California accent just sent that to a whole new level.
Make
Wait,
it
can you send
even
that to me?
dumber.
So, send that to me so I could send me the dumber one and I'll read it in an Ohio accent.
No, it made it even more Californian. Here. Here's what it says.
Okay.
So, like, in this totally spooky hotel, there's this crazy contest. People gotta, like, jump into this mega deep hole, and whoever jumps deepest wins a super weird necklace that's all, I'll give you mega power. But peeps are like, nah, feels creepy instead. Hold on. There's the even dumber.
They went from like San Francisco to Santa Monica like, real quick.
Okay, here's what it wrote when I said even dumber. Okay, listen up. In that freaky hotel, there's like, yo, let's do a contest. People gotta jump into this crazy deep hole. The winner snags this ugly necklace, like, I'll make you awesome. But folks are all, nah, gives me the heebie-jeebies.
I spat.
Add. Oh God. Squidward dab. It's trying.
us a spit take, please.
Okay. I'm gonna read it more of like a surfer bro one this time. All right, check it. In this seriously weird hotel, they're like, dudes, contest time. So people got to do this weird jump into like the deepest hole ever. And get this, the winner walks away with this ugly necklace going all, I'll make you like super rad. But everyone's like, nuh-uh, major creep vibes. And out of nowhere, Squidward swoops in with a dab. And he's like, dab on the creepy necklace, dudes. And then it's got an emoji of a squid and what looks like a lady in a red dress.
The flamenco lady?
Maybe, yeah.
Oh my god.
Again, I thought of the dumbest thing I could, which was the Squidward dab, and apparently, oh god.
It's, you know what? This is art.
Make it one sentence.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what happens. In the super bizarre hotel contest where folks jump into like the craziest deep hole, this ugly necklace is the prize, saying, I'll make you awesome. But suddenly Squidward appears, dabs, and goes, ditch the creepy bling, dudes. And then squid emoji and flamingo lady.
What? But then Squidward's like, aw.
Even dumber. So in this mega
We're
dumb
drunk
hotel,
with power.
What?
We're drunk with power.
So in this mega dumb hotel game, peeps jump into like this crazy deep hole, and there's this butt ugly necklace. Like, I'll make you cool. Then out of nowhere, Squidward busts a dab and is like, chill with the creepy stuff, losers. Squid emoji, flamingo lady emoji.
I don't think it can get dumber. I really don't think it has exhausted its ability to like maximize its surfer broness.
I asked it to make Squidward fly away. And it says, all right, get ready for this wackiness. In this total joke of a hotel contest, people are leaping into like the stupidest deep hole ever, and there's this ugly, no, it's not, it's fugly. There's this fugly necklace, like, prepare for awesomeness. Suddenly out of the blue, Squidward zooms by, pulls off a wild dab, and bails, soaring into the sky all, later you creepy necklace weirdos. Squid emoji, dancing flamingo lady emoji, plain emoji. This is
peak. This is peak. It's not getting better from here, people. This is the best episode we have.
I asked it to use one syllable words, and it says, so, in weird hotel, folks jump into deep hole, get necklace that says, cool, Squidward comes, does dab, and flies off, all, bye creepy. It's not a one syllable word, but then squid emoji, dancing lady emoji, plain emoji. Write a horror movie trailer starring
we have to come up with two.
Christopher Walken.
Yes. And wait, no, hold on. Oh, I have to think of someone ridiculous.
Jennifer Lovitz. Jennifer Coolidge. Yes. Let's see. Christopher Walken, John Lovitz.
Nick Cage.
Oh, okay. People are just going to hear all my bad imitations. Nicolas Cage.
Yes. I can do the cheapest Jennifer Coolidge. Not a good one, but I can.
Okay.
I can give you a good wow.
Oh, do we want Owen Wilson in here?
Yeah,
wow.
Let's get Owen.
Ka-chow. Owen Wilson.
He looks like the 4th of July. Makes me want a hot dog real bad.
Okay, and now we're gonna generate some random words. Okay. First one is device. About a device. The next one is a wife. And what's the third one? Height.
Okay. Very tall wife.
Also include A talking... What's a random object that can be talking? I guess I could just generate a word. Nope, that's not it. Nope.
Banana.
Now it's giving me like words that don't. Potato.
Yes.
And actually, everyone, we're going to stop right there. And we've got this generated. But if you want to hear this absurd trailer, tune in the next episode. We're just going to continue doing ChatGPT stuff because we're having a blast. It's way too much fun to stop. So be prepared to hear my terrible impressions. And
Same.
Have a blast. So until next time, everyone.
Until next time, I have vodka and you're going to hear me do Jennifer Coolidge. Let's go.
Woo!